Attack. Commander Vextar sat in a comfortable room on Earth. It was not a prison cell. It was more like a hotel room. The humans had treated him well. Dr. Hyunwoo Kim visited him every day. They had become something like friends. Vextar was teaching humans about galactic politics. In return, humans were showing him how they had survived so many attacks. "Your species is very strange," Vextar told Dr. Kim. "Most species either fight or surrender. You do both, and neither." Dr. Kim smiled. "We learn. That's what humans do best." Today was special. Ambassador Ji-Hai Song was going to meet with Vextar. She was Earth's first alien ambassador. Her job was to speak for all humans to alien civilizations. Ambassador Song was calm and intelligent. She had studied alien cultures for 20 years. She spoke several alien languages. "Commander Vextar," she said in his own language, "we need to discuss the future." Vextar was surprised. Few humans could speak his language so well. "What future?" he asked. "My ship is destroyed. My crew is dead. The hegemony thinks I failed and died." "That's exactly what we want them to think," Ambassador Song replied. "You're going to help us send them a message." In the Global Defense Center, President Jin-Ho Lee was meeting with leaders from around the world. They were planning something that had never been done before. "The plan is simple," explained Admiral Tae-hyun Lim. "We're going to visit the galactic hegemony, not as prisoners or beggars, as equals." General Bo-Ram Choi looked at the star charts. "Their capital world is very far away. It will take months to reach it." Captain Min-Jun Park, Earth's newest space captain, stood up. "Our new ships can make the journey. We've combined human engineering with alien technology. Our fleet is ready." The new Earth ships were amazing. They looked like human designs, but they used alien engines and weapons. They were faster and stronger than anything the hegemony had ever seen. Dr. Sun-Mi Kang had spent months working on the ship's systems. "We've improved their technology by 30%, she reported. "Our ships are now more advanced than the ones that attacked us." Engineer Yu Jin-han nodded. "We've also added some surprises. If the hegemony tries to attack our diplomatic mission, they'll be very sorry." The diplomatic ship was called Earth's Voice. It was beautiful and powerful. Captain Park would command it, but Ambassador Song would lead the mission. Dr. Young-sik Oh had prepared detailed files about human technology. "We're not going to hide our abilities anymore," he said. "It's time to show the galaxy what humans can do." Lieutenant Dong-Jun Seo, the hero who had saved Earth, was also going on the mission. He was now a major and led Earth's elite space marines. "If they want to fight," he said, "we'll be ready. But I think they'll want to talk." Commander Vextar was also going on the mission. He had agreed to help Earth in exchange for a new life. He could never return to his own people, but humans had accepted him. "The Hegemony Council will be shocked," he told Ambassador Song. "No species has ever demanded to meet with them as equals." "There's a first time for everything," she replied. "Captain, Ji-Won-nam would escort the diplomatic ship with a squadron of fighters. Her ships were now equipped with weapons that could destroy much larger alien vessels. The day came for the mission to begin. People all over Earth watched as Earth's Voice launched from the secret space station near the moon. President Lee gave a speech to the world. "Today humanity takes its place among the stars. We go not as conquerors but as equals. We go to tell the galaxy that Earth is no longer afraid." The journey to the hegemony capital took 3 months. During that time, the crew prepared for anything. They studied alien customs. They practiced their speeches. They prepared for war, but hoped for peace. Finally, they reached the hegemony system. It had 12 planets and hundreds of space stations. Millions of alien ships moved between the worlds. "This is incredible," whispered Captain Park. "I've never seen so many different species in one place." The hegemony fleet moved to intercept them. 50 massive warships surrounded Earth's Voice. They were much bigger than the human ship. A voice spoke in the common galactic language. "Unknown vessel, you have entered restricted space. Identify yourself or be destroyed." Ambassador Song replied calmly. This is Ambassador Ji-Hai Song of Earth. We request an audience with the Hegemony Council. There was a long silence. Then, the alien voice returned, sounding confused. Earth? Impossible. Earth was destroyed 6 months ago by Fleet Commander Vextar. Vextar stepped up to the communication system. This is Vextar, he said in his own language. I am alive, and I have much to tell the Council. The alien fleet was in chaos, their communications filled with excited chatter. No one knew what to do. Finally, a new voice spoke. It was older and more authoritative. This is High Admiral Kexrun of the Hegemony Fleet. Commander Vextar, explain yourself. High Admiral, I must speak to the Council immediately. Earth is not what we thought. The humans have capabilities we did not expect. Hours passed while the aliens argued among themselves. Finally, they gave permission for the human ship to approach the capital world. The capital planet was enormous. It was covered with cities that stretched from pole to pole. Billions of aliens lived there. Earth's voice landed at the diplomatic spaceport. Ambassador Song and her team were escorted to the council chambers. The Hegemony Council was made up of 12 different alien species. They sat in a great circle, looking down at the human delegation. The council leader was tall and thin, with blue skin and 6 eyes. He spoke in perfect English. Humans of Earth, he said, you should not exist. According to our records, your planet was destroyed. Ambassador Song stepped forward. Honored Council, Earth is very much alive, as are we. She activated a holographic projector. It showed images of Earth's cities, its people, its technology. For 60 years, you have sent different species to test our defenses. Each time we have grown stronger. Each time we have learned more about your technology. The council members whispered among themselves. This was not what they had expected. Ambassador Song continued. We did not come here to surrender or to beg. We came here to join the galactic community as equals. One of the council members, a creature with tentacles instead of arms, spoke up. You are a primitive species. You have no right to make demands. Major Dong Jun Seo smiled. With respect, Counselor, we are not primitive anymore. He activated another hologram. This one showed Earth's space fleet, its weapons, its defenses. We have taken your technology and made it better. Our ships are faster than yours, our weapons are more powerful, our defenses are stronger. The council was shocked into silence. Ambassador Song delivered her final message. We offer the Hegemony a choice. You can continue to send fleets against Earth and we will continue to defeat them, or you can accept us as equals and benefit from what we have learned. The council leader leaned forward. What do you propose? Partnership, Ambassador Song said simply. We will share our defensive technology with species that are peaceful. In return, you will share your knowledge with us. Commander Vextar stepped forward. Honored Council, I have lived among the humans for 6 months. They are not like other species. They do not conquer. They do not enslave. They learn and they teach. The council discussed for hours. Finally, the council leader spoke. The Hegemony accepts Earth's proposal. Welcome to the galactic community, humans of Earth, Ambassador Song smiled. Thank you, but we prefer to be called partners. 2 years later, Earth had become one of the most important worlds in the galaxy. Human technology was helping defend dozens of planets. Human diplomats were solving conflicts that had lasted for centuries. Dr. Kim, now the director of Galactic Relations, often thought about how it all began. Aliens had tried to destroy Earth to test their weapons. Instead, they had created the galaxy's greatest protectors. In his office, he kept a picture of the alien ship that had started it all. Under the picture was a simple message. What doesn't kill humanity makes it stronger. Earth had passed its greatest test. Now it was time to help other worlds pass theirs. The age of human expansion among the stars had begun, and the galaxy would never be the same. The alien ship Void Render was dying. Explosions lit up its hull like fireworks. Commander Vextar held onto his command chair as the ship shook violently. "Damage report," he shouted over the noise. "Commander, the weapon's energy is destroying our ship from the inside," called his engineer. "We have fires on 12 levels. The power core is failing." Vextar could not understand what had happened. The quantum disintegrator had never failed. Before. It had destroyed 17 worlds. Why was Earth still alive? On Earth, people were celebrating in the streets. The alien weapon had hit their planet and done nothing. Nothing at all. It was like throwing water at a mountain. But in the Global Defense Center, Dr. Hyunwoo Kim was not celebrating yet. He was reading reports from around the world. "This doesn't make sense," he told his team. "How did we survive that attack?" Dr. Sunmi Kang was studying the energy readings. "The quantum cascade hit our atmosphere and just stopped. Like our planet was protected by something." Lieutenant Colonel So Young Park ran into the room with a folder full of papers. "Sir, I found something important. Very important." She put the papers on the table. They were old files, some of them yellow with age. "These are classified reports from 50 years ago," she explained. "There was another alien attack in 1975. They tried to use the same type of weapon." Everyone stared at the papers. Dr. Kim picked up one of the reports. It was signed by someone named Dr. Jae Min Hwang. "My grandfather," whispered Dr. Young Sik. "Oh, he never told me about this," So Young continued. "According to these files, the 1975 attack also failed. But the government covered it up. They told everyone it was a solar storm." Dr. Kang read through the reports quickly. "Look at this. After the 1975 attack, they started something called Project Shield. They built quantum field generators all over the planet." "Quantum field generators?" asked Dr. Kim. "Every nuclear power plant, every particle accelerator, every major research facility. They were all modified to create a planetary defense field." The truth was becoming clear. Earth had been attacked by quantum weapons before. And humanity had learned from that attack. Cryptographer Da Yun had been working on alien communications all day. Suddenly she got excited. "I've broken their communication code," she announced. "I can understand what they're saying to each other." She played a recording of alien voices, then she translated it. "This is the 4th attempt on this world," she read. "Previous fleets reported the same failure. How do these humans survive quantum cascade weapons?" Dr. Kim felt cold. "4th attempt? There have been more attacks?" Da-eun nodded. "According to their communications, aliens have been trying to destroy Earth for over 60 years. Every 10 to 15 years, a different alien species tries to conquer us. And they all failed," added Dr. Kang. "Each time we learned something new." The room was quiet as everyone understood what this meant. Earth was not being attacked randomly. It was being used as a test. Colonel Kyung-soo-an entered the room. He was in charge of Earth's secret space fleet. Most people did not know Earth had a space fleet. "Sir, we have a problem," he told Dr. Kim. "The alien ship is badly damaged, but it's not destroyed. They might try to ram us or escape." Dr. Kim made a decision. "It's time to show them what we really have. Activate the hidden fleet." Around the moon, something amazing happened. Large asteroids suddenly split open. They were not asteroids at all. They were spaceships disguised to look like rocks. Earth's secret space fleet had been hiding. For decades, 12 large warships and 30 smaller fighters. All of them were built with technology learned from previous alien attacks. Captain Yoon-ji Cho commanded the flagship, Seoul's Pride. She had been waiting for this day for 20 years. "All ships, this is Admiral Command," she broadcast. "Move to surround the alien vessel. Do not fire unless they try to escape." The Earthships were smaller than the alien dreadnought, but there were many of them, and they were built specifically to fight alien technology. On the bridge of the dying Void Render, Commander Vextar watched the human ships appear. His 4 arms shook with fear. "Where did they come from?" he asked his remaining officers. "Unknown, Commander. Our sensors never detected them." Vextar realized the horrible truth. Humanity had been pretending to be weak. They had let his people think Earth was defenseless. Sub-Commander Kalth, he said quietly. Send a message to the Galactic Hegemony. Tell them Earth is not what we thought. Back on Earth, Admiral Taehyun Lim opened communications with the alien ship. His voice was calm and strong. Alien vessel, this is Admiral Lim of the Earth Defense Force. Your weapon has failed. Your ship is damaged. You have two choices: surrender or be destroyed. There was a long silence. Then Commander Vexitar's voice came through the speakers. How? He asked in broken English. How did you survive? How do you have warships? Our report said you were primitive. Admiral Lim smiled. Commander, your people have been trying to destroy Earth for 60 years. Did you really think we weren't paying attention? In the Global Defense Center, Dr. Kim was putting together the final pieces of the puzzle. Every alien attack taught us something new, he explained to President Jin-Ho Lee. In 1975, we learned about quantum weapons and built defenses. In 1989, we learned about energy shields. In 2003, we learned about faster-than-light travel. You mean we've been using these attacks as learning opportunities? Asked the president. Exactly. Each time aliens tried to destroy us, we studied their technology and made ourselves stronger. Engineer Eugene Han had been reverse engineering alien technology for 15 years. We took their weapons and made them better. We took their engines and made them faster. We took their shields and made them stronger. The president understood now. We weren't just surviving these attacks. We were using them to advance our technology by hundreds of years. Dr. Jae-min Hwang, the grandfather of Dr. Young-sik Oh, had started this process 50 years ago. After the first alien attack, he had convinced the world's governments to work together secretly. Every failed alien invasion had made humanity stronger. Every captured piece of alien technology had been studied and improved. Earth looked primitive from the outside, but inside, it was one of the most advanced planets in the galaxy. Commander Vextar's ship was now completely powerless. Half of his crew was dead. His great weapon was destroyed. Admiral Lim, he said over the radio, I request to speak with your leaders. You're speaking to them now, Commander. I have information about the Galactic Hegemony, about their plans for your world. I will trade this information for my life. Dr. Kim thought about this offer. Information about alien civilizations would be very valuable. What can you tell us? He asked. Vextar's voice was weak. The hegemony has been watching Earth for a century. They send different species to attack you as a test. You are not random targets. You are an experiment. An experiment in what? To see if any species can resist quantum weapons. Most planets die on the first attack. A few survive one attack. But Earth has survived 4 attacks from 4 different species. This news shocked everyone. Earth was not just being attacked, it was being tested by a galactic government. The Hegemony Council wants to know how you do it, Vextar continued. They fear that other species might learn your methods. Admiral, Lim made a decision. Commander Vextar, prepare to be boarded. You are now a prisoner of Earth. As human soldiers prepared to board the alien ship, Dr. Kim realized something important. We've been playing defense for 60 years, he said. Maybe it's time to play offense. President Lee agreed. Contact our allies around the world. It's time to take this fight to the galactic hegemony. Earth's greatest test was over, but an even greater adventure was about to begin. The final day had arrived. All across Earth, people held their breath. In 12 hours, the aliens would fire their planet-killer weapon. Lieutenant Dongjun Seo moved carefully through the dark corridors of the alien ship. The walls were strange and curved. Everything was much bigger than human size. The aliens who built this ship were clearly much taller than humans. Control, I'm moving toward the weapon chamber, he whispered into his radio. Back on Earth, Doctor. Hyunwoo Kim watched Dongjun's progress on a small screen. Be careful, Lieutenant. We're showing alien movement near your position. Dongjun pressed himself against the wall. 2 tall aliens walked past him. They had gray skin and long arms. They were talking in their strange language, but they sounded excited. On the bridge of the Void Render, Commander Vextar looked at the big screen showing Earth. The blue and green planet looked peaceful. Soon it would be nothing but dust. Weapon. Status, he asked. 11 hours and 47 minutes until firing, Commander, reported his weapon officer. All systems are working perfectly. Vexatar smiled. His species had destroyed 17 planets with this weapon. Earth would be number 18. Sub-Commander Kalth approached him. Commander, we have detected some small objects near our ship earlier. Should we investigate? Vextar waved his hand. Probably space debris. These humans cannot build anything that could threaten us. Focus on the weapon. Inside the ship, Dongjun had found the weapon chamber. It was enormous. The quantum disintegrator filled the entire room. Blue energy flowed through massive cables. The air buzzed with power. I can see the weapon, he reported. It's bigger than I expected. Dr. Sun Mikang's voice came through his earpiece. Lieutenant, you need to find the main power coupling. It should be a large cylinder with energy flowing through it. Dongjun looked around. There were many cylinders and cables. I see several large cylinders. Which one? Look for the one with the brightest blue light. That's where all the power flows together. Dongjun moved closer to the center of the weapon. The energy was so strong he could feel it through his spacesuit. Finally, he saw it. One cylinder was much brighter than the others. Found it, he said. Placing the disruptor now. He carefully attached Dr. Kang's quantum disruptor to the power coupling. The device was small, but if it worked, it would send the weapon's energy back into the alien ship. Meanwhile, on Earth, everyone waited. President Jinho Lee sat in the command center with all the world's leaders. They watched the countdown clock. 10 hours and 30 minutes remaining. General Bo-Ram Choi received a report. Sir, our satellites show the alien weapon is almost fully charged. The energy readings are off the scale. Admiral Tae-hyun Lim looked worried. If Lieutenant Seo's mission fails, we have no other options. Dr. Kim tried to stay calm. The plan will work, it has to work. Captain Ji-won Nam was still in space, waiting in her fighter jet. Her job was to pick up Dongjun after he completed his mission. But the alien ship was huge, and finding him again would be very difficult. Control, I'm in position, she reported, waiting for Lieutenant Seo. Dongjun finished attaching the disruptor, but as he turned to leave, he heard footsteps. 3 alien guards were entering the weapon chamber. The aliens were tall and thin, with 4 arms each. They carried strange weapons that glowed with purple light. They had not seen Dongjun yet, but they would soon. Dongjun hid behind a large cable. His heart was beating very fast. If they caught him, the mission would fail. Earth would die. One of the aliens spoke in their language. Then they split up to check different parts of the chamber. Dongjun knew he had to move. He crawled along the floor, staying in the shadows. The aliens were getting closer to his hiding spot. Back on Earth, engineer Yujin Han was monitoring the mission from the technical center. She had helped design Dongjun's equipment. His signal is getting weak, she reported. Something is interfering with communications. Dr. Young-sik Oh looked at his instruments. The weapon is drawing more power. It's affecting all electronics nearby. On the alien ship, Dongjun reached the exit of the weapon chamber, but one of the guards was standing right in front of the door. He had 2 choices. Try to sneak past the guard, or find another way out. The guard was facing away from him, but aliens had very good hearing. Dongjun decided to take the risk. He moved very slowly toward the door. Step by step, he got closer to the guard. Just as he was about to pass the guard, his radio made a small noise. The alien turned around. For a moment, human and alien stared at each other. The alien was much taller than Dongjun. Its 4 arms moved toward its weapon. Dongjun acted first. He used his spacesuit's thrusters to launch himself at the alien. They crashed into the wall together. The alien was stronger, but Dongjun was faster. He broke free and ran toward the exit. Intruder alert, the alien shouted in its language. Alarms started ringing throughout the ship. Red lights flashed in the corridors. Commander Vextar heard the alarm on the bridge. What is happening? Commander, we have detected an intruder in the weapon chamber, reported a bridge officer. Vextar became angry. Impossible. How did someone get on our ship? Unknown, sir. Security teams are searching now. Vextar made a decision. It doesn't matter. We fire the weapon in 9 hours. Nothing can stop us now. But Vexitar was wrong. The quantum disruptor was already attached to his weapon. When the quantum disintegrator fired, the energy would flow backward into his ship. Dongjun ran through the alien corridors. Behind him, he could hear alien voices getting closer. His spacesuit was not built for running, but he had no choice. He found an airlock and quickly opened it. Space was dangerous, but staying on the ship was more dangerous. Captain Nam, I'm exiting the ship now, he called on his radio. I see you, Jiwan replied. Moving to intercept. Dongjun jumped out into space. For a moment, he floated in the darkness between the alien ship and Earth. Then Jiwan's fighter jet appeared beside him. Grab the rescue line, she called. Dongjun caught the line and pulled himself toward the fighter jet. Just as he reached safety, alien ships began launching from the void render. They're coming after us, Jiwan said. Hold on. Her fighter jet was fast, but the alien ships were faster. Purple energy beams shot past them as they raced toward Earth. Control, we're coming home, Jiwan reported. Mission accomplished, but we have company. On Earth, everyone cheered when they heard the news the disruptor was in place. Now they just had to wait for the aliens to fire their weapon. Dr. Kang checked her calculations one more time. When they fire, the energy will build up for exactly 37 seconds. Then the disruptor will activate. What happens then? Asked President Lee. Their own weapon destroys their ship, Dr. Kang replied. Commander Vextar watched the human fighter jets escape. He was angry but not worried. His weapon was almost ready. Fire the quantum disintegrator, he ordered. The weapon chamber filled with blinding light. Energy flowed through the massive cables. The power was incredible. On Earth, people looked up at the sky. They could see a bright light coming from the alien ship. The beam of energy shot toward Earth. It was brighter than the sun. It looked like the end of the world. But Earth was ready. The planet had been preparing for this moment for a very long time. The beam hit Earth's atmosphere and something amazing happened. Nothing. The deadly energy just disappeared. Earth was completely unharmed. Commander Vextar stared in shock. Impossible! Fire again! But it was too late. The quantum disruptor activated. All the weapon's energy began flowing backward through the ship. The void render started to shake. Explosions erupted throughout the vessel. Vextar finally understood. The humans had been ready for this attack. Earth had just passed its greatest test. Day 2 had started. The alien ship was now much closer to Earth. People could see it with telescopes. It looked like a giant metal mountain floating in space. Inside the ship called Void Render, Commander Vextar walked through the weapon chamber. The quantum disintegrator was huge. It was bigger than a football field. Strange blue lights ran along its sides. How much longer? Vextar asked the weapon master. 36 hours, Commander, replied the alien with 6 eyes. The weapon needs massive power. We must use all energy from the ship. Vextar nodded. This was normal. The quantum disintegrator needed so much power that they had to turn off everything else. The ship's shields were down. The defense guns were offline. Even the lights in most rooms were turned off. But this did not worry Vextar. No species had ever been able to reach their ship during the charging time. Humans were too primitive to be a threat. On Earth, Captain Jiwan Nam was getting ready for the most dangerous mission of her life. She stood in the hangar looking at her fighter jet. It was Korea's newest stealth plane, painted black like the night sky. Are you sure about this? Asked her wingman. Lieutenant Kyung-ho An Jiwan checked her helmet. We need to know what that ship is doing. If their weapon needs 3 days to charge, maybe they are weak right now. Her team had 5 pilots. All of them were brave. All of them knew this might be a one-way trip. Dr. Hyunwoo Kim spoke to them before they left. Remember, you are not there to fight. Just get close enough to scan their ship. We need information. Ji-won saluted. Understood, sir. The 5 stealth fighters took off at midnight. They flew very high and very fast. Their special coating made them almost invisible to radar. As they got closer to the alien ship, Ji-won could not believe how big it was. "Control, are you seeing this? The ship is enormous." Back at the base, Dr. Kim watched the video feed. "Captain? Nam, do you see any weapons pointing at you?" Ji-won looked around carefully. "Negative, sir. I see weapon ports, but they all look powered down. Wait, I'm seeing something strange." "What is it?" "The ship has no shields. No energy barriers. It looks completely defenseless." At the Quantum Research Lab, Dr. Sunmi Kang was working with her partner, Dr. Young-Sik Oh. They were studying the energy readings from the alien ship. "Look at this," Sunmi said, pointing to her computer screen. "The energy signature is very familiar." Young-Sik adjusted his glasses. "Familiar how?" "Remember the Singapore incident 20 years ago? When that small alien probe crashed?" Young-Sik's eyes went wide. "You think this is the same technology?" "Not just similar, exactly the same." Sunmi pulled up old files. "The probe was trying to use a quantum cascade weapon. We studied it for years. They had spent decades learning how the alien weapon worked. The quantum cascade could break apart the bonds between atoms. It would make solid matter fall apart, like sand." "If this is the same technology," Young-Sik said slowly, "then we might know how to stop it." Young-Sik called Dr. Kim immediately. "Sir, we need to talk. Right now." Meanwhile, Captain Nam and her team were still watching the alien ship. She noticed something important. "Control, I'm reading massive power flow to one section of the ship. Everything else looks dark." "Can you get closer to that section?" Ji-won was nervous, but she flew closer. "I see it now. There's a huge chamber with blue lights. It looks like some kind of weapon." Suddenly, her radio crackled. It was Dr. Kim. "Captain Nam, we need you to place a device on their ship." "Sir, that's impossible. Landing on their ship would be suicide." "Not landing, just getting close enough to attach a scanner probe." Dr. Kang thinks she knows what their weapon does. An hour later, Lieutenant Dongjun Seo was getting ready for the most dangerous job in human history. He was Korea's best space commando. He had trained for missions in zero gravity. "The plan is simple," explained Dr. Kim. "Captain Nam will get you close to their ship. You will attach this scanner to their weapon. Then you get out fast." Dongjun looked at the small device. It was the size of a phone. "What does it do?" Dr. Kang answered. "It will tell us exactly how their weapon works. If we're right, we might be able to interfere with it." Admiral Tae-hyun Lim was worried. "This is very risky. If they catch our people, they might fire early." President Jin-Ho Lee had been listening to everything. "Do it. We need that information." Dongjun put on his spacesuit. It was black and had small thrusters for moving in space. He carried special tools and the scanner device. Captain Nam flew him close to the alien ship in a modified fighter jet. When they were near enough, Dongjun jumped out into space. Floating in the darkness, he could see Earth below and the massive alien ship above. He used his thrusters to move toward the weapon chamber. The alien ship was so big that Dongjun felt like an ant crawling on a building. He found the weapon chamber and carefully attached the scanner device. "Device attached," he whispered into his radio. "Getting readings now." Back on Earth, Dr. Kang watched the data come in. Her face became very serious. "It's definitely a quantum cascade weapon," she told the emergency team. "But there's something else. Something we didn't expect." "What?" asked Dr. Kim. "The weapon is not just designed to destroy planets. It's designed to learn from each use. Every time they fire it, the weapon gets smarter." Admiral Lim looked confused. "What does that mean?" Dr. Young-Sik explained. "It means they have used this weapon many times. Each time it learned how to be more effective. This is not their first planet." But Dr. Kang had more news. "There's something else. The weapon has a weakness. During the firing sequence, there's a moment when all the energy flows backward through the ship." "What happens then?" asked President Lee. "If we could disrupt the weapon at exactly the right moment, the energy would feed back into their ship. It might destroy them instead of us." General Boram Choi looked interested. How do we disrupt it? Dr. Kang held up a small device. With this, it's a quantum disruptor. But someone would need to be inside their ship when the weapon fires. Everyone became quiet. This meant a suicide mission. Dongjun's voice came over the radio. I heard everything. I volunteer. Absolutely not, said Captain Nam. You're already out there. Come back now. But Dongjun was already moving toward an airlock on the alien ship. I'm going inside. If their defenses are down, maybe I can get to their weapon. Dr. Kim tried to stop him. Lieutenant Seo, return immediately. That's an order. Sorry, sir. This might be our only chance. Dongjun found an open airlock. The aliens had not bothered to secure it because they thought no human could reach their ship. As he floated inside the alien vessel, Dongjun could hear strange sounds. The ship was alive with activity, but all focused on charging the weapon. I'm inside, he whispered. Looking for the weapon chamber. Back on Earth, everyone watched and waited. In 34 hours, the aliens would fire their planet-killer weapon. But now maybe humanity had a chance to fight back. Dr. Kang looked at her quantum disruptor. If this works, their own weapon will destroy them. Dr. Kim nodded. And if it doesn't work? Then Earth dies tomorrow. The countdown continued, but now humans were not just waiting to die. They were preparing to turn the aliens' greatest weapon against them. The test was about to begin. Dr. Hyun-woo Kim was drinking his morning coffee when the alarm went off. He worked at the Global Defense Center in Seoul. The loud sound made him drop his cup. Coffee spilled all over his desk. What is happening? He asked his assistant, Junho, ran to him with a tablet computer. His face was very pale. Sir, we have a big problem. Something very large just appeared near Jupiter. Hyunwoo looked at the screen. The numbers made no sense. The object was bigger than any spaceship humans had ever built. It was bigger than their biggest city. It was moving toward Earth. At the same time, Lieutenant Colonel So-Young Park was working at the American Space Center called NORAD. She was Korean-American and helped watch the skies for danger. Her computers started making loud warning sounds. This cannot be real, she said to herself. But the numbers were clear. Something massive was heading their way. So-Young called her boss immediately. General, we have a situation. A very large unknown object is moving toward Earth. It is not one of ours. The general was quiet for a moment. How large? Sir, it is about 50 kilometers long. Maybe bigger. The phone line went silent. So-Young knew what this meant. This was not a normal day anymore. Across the world, every space agency saw the same thing. The object was shaped like a giant knife. It was dark gray and covered with strange lights. It moved slowly but steadily toward Earth. Dr. Min Ho-jung worked at the Space Research Center in Busan. He was one of the smartest scientists in Korea. When he saw the readings, he called his team together right away. Everyone, look at this, he said, pointing to the big screen. This ship is not from Earth. Look at how it moves. Look at its shape. This is alien technology. His team stared at the screen. They had studied space for many years, but they had never seen anything like this. The alien ship, called Void Render, was indeed moving toward Earth. Inside the ship, Commander Vextar stood on the bridge. He was tall and thin, with gray skin and 4 arms. His species had conquered many worlds. Vextar looked at a file about humans. These creatures are strange, he told his officer, Sub-Commander Kelth. We have tried to defeat them 3 times before. Each time, they survived somehow. Kelth nodded. They are more difficult than expected, Commander. But this time will be different. We have the quantum disintegrator. The quantum disintegrator was their most powerful weapon. It could destroy entire planets. No species had ever survived it. Good, said Vextar. This time we will finish the job. Back on Earth, President Jin-Ho Lee was having an emergency meeting. He sat at a big table with leaders from around the world. Everyone looked worried. General Boram Choi, the head of Korea's military, spoke first. The object will reach Earth's orbit in 3 days. We have tried to contact it, but there is no response. Dr. Hunwoo Kim was also at the meeting. He had flown to the capital city as fast as possible. Mr. President, this is clearly an alien spacecraft. It is much more advanced than anything we have. What do they want? Asked the president. Before anyone could answer, all the computers in the room started making noise. A message was coming from the alien ship. The voice was strange and deep. It spoke in broken English, but everyone could understand it. People of Earth, the voice said. We are the Galactic hegemony. Your species has refused to surrender 3 times. We will not ask again. Everyone in the room became very quiet. The voice continued. You have 72 hours to surrender completely. If you do not surrender, we will destroy your planet with our ultimate weapon. You cannot fight us. You cannot escape. Choose wisely. Bury. Message ended. The room stayed quiet for a long time. Finally, President Lee spoke. 72 hours, 3 days. General Choi looked angry. Our weapons cannot hurt a ship that size. Even our nuclear missiles would be like throwing rocks at a mountain. But Dr. Kim was thinking differently. He had noticed something strange about the message. Why 3 days? He asked. If they can destroy us easily, why wait? Admiral Tae-hyun Lim, who led Korea's small space fleet, nodded. Dr. Kim is right. Why give us time to prepare? Either they are being kind or they need the time for something, finished Dr. Kim. Captain Ji-won Nam, Korea's best pilot, was also at the meeting. She had fought in many battles. What if their weapon needs time to charge up? Big weapons usually need lots of power. Everyone looked at her. This made sense. Dr. Kim stood up. We need to watch their ship very carefully. If their weapon needs 3 days to get ready, then maybe we have a chance. The president made his decision. General Choi, prepare our military. Admiral Lim, get our spaceships ready. Dr. Kim, study everything you can about that ship. Captain Nam, I want you to lead our best pilots. As the meeting ended, Dr. Kim felt both scared and excited. Scared because humanity might die in 3 days. Excited because maybe, just maybe, they could find a way to win. That night, people all over Earth looked up at the sky. They could not see the alien ship yet, but they knew it was there. Some people prayed, some people cried, some people got angry. But in research centers and military bases around the world, scientists and soldiers worked through the night. They had faced alien attacks before. Each time, they had learned something new. Dr. Sunmi Kang worked at the Quantum Research Lab in Seoul. She had studied alien technology for 10 years. When she heard about the new threat, she smiled. Finally, she said to her assistant, we get to test everything we have learned. Her assistant looked confused. Test what? Dr. Kang pulled out files from a locked cabinet. We have been preparing for this day for a very long time. The aliens think they are attacking us, but really they are giving us exactly what we need. As the first day ended, the alien ship continued moving toward Earth. Commander Vextar was confident. In 2 more days he would fire the quantum disintegrator, Earth would be destroyed, and humanity would be finished. But Vextar did not know that humans had been studying alien weapons for 50 years. He did not know that every previous attack had taught them something new. He did not know that Earth was much more prepared than it looked. The countdown had begun. 72 hours until the aliens would fire their ultimate weapon. 72 hours for humanity to show why they had survived every attack so far. The real battle was about to begin.